I'm not going to cry. But for breakfast, all you men, we're honoring someone very special today. My daughter is going to sing for you guys, Nealy Webster. I didn't know I was going to be speaking. I'm very sorry. She's going to sing for her papa this morning because he doesn't get to hear her sing very often.
And that song, you can stand right up there in front of him.
Up here, let's get your microphone, okay?
Can she stand up now?
You want to put it right here?
Right there, right there.
See if it's working. Charlie's got you on there. Is it working? Say hello. It's working. Okay.
In Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rattle, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Amen. Amen.
Was it upside down? I'm sorry.
Well, it's a lot less than the last one we were doing.
You need this in, right? Now?
No, you're fine. You ready to wrap?
No.
Oh, go.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
I am Frances Brooks, and I am the Georgia State Coordinator for Quilts of Valor. I would like to ask all of the veterans here to stand up, please. I would like, first of all, to thank all of you for your service. Today, we are here to honor Clyde Harkins with the Quilt of Valor. Clyde, if you would like to come stand up here so everybody knows who you are.
I never heard that.
Well, I'm the stranger in town. I'm the stranger in town.
She said she's a stranger in town.
You've been here 30 minutes. You're not
You come up here and stand
Oh, you
next
want
to
me up back?
Yes, sir. This way I know you'll be able to hear me. Okay? Quilts of Valor is a grassroots group of quilters from all across the United States. In 2003, a quilter named Catherine Roberts had the idea of comforting veterans with quilts during the time her son was deployed in Iraq. Catherine has always told us she was 10 seconds away from panic the entire time her son was gone. Since then, over 130,000 Quilts of Valor have been awarded here in the United States, Germany, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Our mission is to honor our service members and veterans who have been touched by war with Quilts of Valor. Our foundation represents one human being reaching out and touching another without judgment, reaching out with acceptance, and with an acknowledgement of service to our nation in very trying circumstances. Our quilts are awarded. They are not just handed out like magazines or videos. Our quilts are not mailed to the veterans. They are all awarded in person. The quilt I brought Clyde today brings a three-part message from our heart. First, Clyde, we honor you for your service. We honor you for leaving all that you held dear to stand in harm's way in a time of crisis, protecting us from the effects of war. Next, our quilters know that freedom is not free. The cost of our freedom is the dedication of lives of men and women like you, and the quilt is meant to say thank you, Clyde, for your sacrifice. Finally, this quilt is meant to offer comfort to you and to remind you that although your family and friends cannot be with you at all times, you are forever in all of our thoughts and our hearts. For those of us who have never seen combat or been in a war zone, such experiences are beyond our capacity to comprehend. But we believe the quilts that we bring today have the ability to offer both comfort and warmth. We hope, Clyde, when you experience dark times or need the warmth of a grateful hug, you will wrap your quilt around you so that it can provide the comfort that we have sewn into every seam. We expect you to use this quilt. He's already told me he's going to use it. It's cold. This quilt was not made to hang on a wall or be put in a display case. It comes with a lifetime guarantee. If it wears out, we will replace it. I recently replaced a quilt from an Iraq veteran who received it on his litter as he was being loaded out of Kandahar, injured, to come back to the United States. The quilt was 14 inches square, framed, was all that was left of it. And he was awarded a second quilt when we didn't know that he already had one, and we awarded it. He said, "You told me in your speech it had a lifetime guarantee and you will replace it. You just replaced mine." So it happens. A Quilt of Valor is not a charity quilt. A Quilt of Valor is not a blanket. If you are a quilter, you know a quilt consists of 3 layers held together by its quilting stitches. We like to think of the layers this way. The top of the quilt, which you are looking at right now, with its many colors, shapes, and fabrics, represents the communities and the many individuals that we are. The batting, which is the filler, is the center of the quilt that you cannot see. It is the warmth of the quilt. It represents our hope that this quilt will bring warmth, comfort, peace, and healing to Clyde. The backing, ladies, would you show the back of the quilt, please? You can just turn it upside down. The backing is the strength that supports the other layers. It represents the strength of Clyde, the support of his family, our communities, and our nation. Each stitch that holds the layers together represents love, gratitude, and sometimes the tears of the maker. There is a label on the quilt and a note from the quilter that I will give you in a moment that accompany this quilt. The label tells you that Linda Cologne made this quilt. Linda lives in Flowery Branch, Georgia, and she did all of the work on the quilt. As of today, the story of this quilt becomes your story, Clyde. We hope you will keep this quilt with you as a tangible reminder there are thousands of women and men across this land that are forever in your debt. Thousands of quilters all over the United States work daily to create quilts to cover warriors from all conflicts, including World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. We actually have an 8-page single-spaced document that lists all of the conflicts the United States has been involved with since 1940. Every serviceman that worked in those conflicts is eligible for Quilt of Valor. We honor Navy, Army, Marines, Air Force, and Coast Guard. A Quilt of Valor is formed by loving hands that join bits of fabric together one piece at a time. A Quilt of Valor may be fashioned by only one or two individuals, or it may come about through the combined efforts of many men and women of all skill levels. Quilters often work together in sew groups to create these quilts. As we quilt in these groups, we talk about our families and friends and how grateful we are to those who will be receiving what we call our quilty hug when we wrap them in a Quilt of Valor. Now, through this quilt, Clyde, you become part of our quilting family. And so, on behalf of the Quilts of Valor Foundation and a grateful nation, with our deepest appreciation, we thank you for your service to our country with this Quilt of Valor. Ladies, will you bring the quilt up here, please? We're going to wrap Clyde in his quilt. I'm going to have you step over here, and I would like all of your family members that are here to please come and join him.
Have something to me very important, because my mother never weighed over 100 pounds, and tonight is first day of October 1925. My mother woke me up, I hope I was asleep, and said, I feel bad, go get your grandmother. Grandmother was midwife. I had 3 brothers. Next morning, I had 4 brothers, and that's my 4th brother, Brother Clyde. We're still part of the Harkins family. We have 1 sister born in 1936. Why did Mother, after all the years, decide to have a girl? She wanted a girl. She asked the Lord for a girl. And after looking at Brother Clyde, and I looked at the other 4, she said, Lord, Lord, help me, give me a girl. 1936, thank the Lord. I resented the fact I'm old enough, I'm helping feed the family, and the family was having problems getting food to put on the table. And here we're going to have a new birth, a new kid to have to feed. I resented the fact of that. But later on, when the little girl came along, guess what? Every one of her brothers loves her and still loves her today. She serves in the Air Force in, well, whenever she was a teenager or something like that. Anyway, thank you, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you. Thank you again.